Good afternoon, everybody. Here's a look at your headlines on this Friday afternoon. A puppy taken from Phoenix, Arizona, found dead in our area. Plus, an anti-pornography bill could make porn illegal in the United States. And a man injured in Mobile after a shooting. This and more right now on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. Glad you're joining me. I'm glad it is Friday. I'm having trouble talking today. I'm Devin Walsh. I hope your day has gotten off to a nice start. How about that? I think I need some more coffee already on this Friday. Boy, is it hot outside. It is steamy out there. It is only going to get worse this weekend. Meteorologist Grant Skinner says humidity is reaching nearly 100% over the weekend. So, oh boy, it's not quite summer, but the summer temperatures are here. So make sure you hydrate and you wear that sunscreen over the weekend. All right, everybody, let's get right to our big stories at this hour. Number 5, a new bill could make pornography illegal in the United States. The Interstate Obscenity Definition Act would make it illegal to distribute or look at porn regardless of the material's intent. Law enforcement agencies would also be allowed to target and remove obscene material from the internet. Currently, only porn intended to abuse, threaten, or harass someone is illegal. Number 4, next week local leaders will break ground for the future Africatown Welcome Center. A ceremony will be held at 10:30 Monday morning to mark the beginning of work on a new $5.1 million facility. Once construction is finished, the Welcome Center will have amenities like a large lobby, conference room, and theater. The Mobile City Council approved construction in February. Number 3, Mobile police looking for someone who shot a man in Midtown. Officers were called to a home on Foreman Circle, which is near Imogene Street last night. When they got there, officers learned that a man had been shot and had been taken to the hospital in a personal vehicle. Investigators say the man is expected to survive. Number 2, a Wave Transit bus driver says she's concerned for her safety after being attacked by a passenger in Mobile. Sharon Chandler is a bus driver for the Wave Transit system in Mobile. Police say Chandler was harassed yesterday morning at her stop behind the shops at Bel Air. According to Chandler, the passenger hit her with a water bottle, pulled on her clothes, and swung a backpack at her. Drivers want something to be done so they can work safely. And number 1, a dog that went missing in Phoenix, Arizona in 2023 has been found dead in Loxley. Loxley police responded to the call of a dead dog on County Road 68. The caller describing it as suspicious and disturbing. Loxley police are looking into this as an animal cruelty case, and they're asking for anyone with information to please call them. We are following this case. Stay tuned to WKRG News 5 and WKRG.com for updates. What a precious little dog with those blue eyes. And that is a look at our big stories at this hour. And I sure hope that they can find the person who may have abused that dog. That is just absolutely horrible. All right, everybody, let's get right to our poll of the day. And this is about something that I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, the hot temperatures. So we're asking you today, how do you stay cool in these hot temperatures? How do you stay cool in these hot temperatures? All right, let's see what you're saying. AC, box fans, ceiling fans, one leg out of the covers. Alabama basketball shorts, no shirt, roll tide, Gulf Coast. That pretty much sums it up right there. Alabama basketball shorts, no shirt, roll tide, Gulf Coast. All right, got it. Fewer clothes. Your mom's pool. Okay. Wear polyester in the summer. Cooler material, and don't go outside for long periods of time. In the house with the AC on. This fella says, I work outside all day. I have a neck fan that doesn't even feel like it's circulating any air. A larger fan I keep in my vehicle to pull out when I'm getting hot enough I feel faint. Some days there's not enough water to keep cooled and hydrated. Stay in my pool or inside the house. Steve is spoiled. He has a pool. Stay in the shade. I mean, it's amazing the difference between the sun and the shade. I agree with that. Stay in the cool AC. Let's see. Go to the springs. I don't know what springs, Brooke, you're talking about, but I sure as heck would like to go there. I want to go to some of those springs down in Florida where you can see manatees. That's on my bucket list. All right, so spray water bottle, linen clothes, wetting down my sleeves, stuff like that. So anyway, you guys are pros, right, at staying cool. You guys are used to it. I'm used to it too, but it still feels like every year when the heat really cranks up, it's like I'm not ready for it, even though I know it's coming. All right, now it's time for our poll of the day, and this one has to do with something that happened this week in the Alabama legislature. Do you think children should be allowed to have cell phones in school? We have reported that Governor Kay Ivey signed a bill that bans cell phones from school. Do you think children should be allowed to have cell phones in school? Yes, no, or no opinion. Cameron says each room needs a pocket holder and the phone's placed in the pockets as they enter the room. Pam says the only reason I think they should be allowed to have them is if anything would happen. And I think that is allowed. If there's an emergency, they can use them, but they have to put them in like a little safe place. So I don't know if they would actually be on them if there was an emergency. Chris says absolutely they should not be allowed in the classroom. Past generations have managed without them. Also, today kids have such short attention spans, they would be tempted. And lastly, getting answers to tests is simple and easy to do. We would be dumbing down society even more. So obviously some strong opinions about whether cell phones should be allowed in classrooms, but again, Governor Kay Ivey has signed a bill making them illegal. And this is definitely a challenge for, every school around the country keeping those phones put away so that there's not cheating. I mean, there's Apple Watches. It's a constant challenge that teachers have to put up with. So the governor's trying to make it easier for schools by banning cell phones in schools, but it's just kind of tricky. That's a difficult issue. All right, everybody. Well, that is going to do it for me. But first, reminder, if you want to give us your comment or vote in our poll of the day, or tell us how you keep cool by answering our question of the day, you can do that until 5:30 tonight on WKRG's Facebook page or WKRG.com. And thank you so much for joining me for News 5 Now. I'll be back tonight for WKRG News 5 at 5 o'clock. So stay cool and have a nice afternoon.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.